Hello, everyone. So today I just wanted to share a thought process that I was having. So, starting off, I had an insane session today of just really deep shadow work, and the exercises were designed to basically dismantle the way that I make decisions and the way that I think about people, um, unearthing hidden things that I've got going on, like for example, every time I'm judging someone, I'm really avoiding feeling something of myself. So I went through that and, it unearthed a lot of material and I've been sitting in that all day. It's been coming in waves. And I went to the gym today and I was just like walking around and I felt completely unmoored from anything in reality. Like I just felt completely ungrounded. Um, I was like, damn, I I feel like I am fucking oh, I'm falling. Beep 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 beep. I just felt like that's where I was going. Like I was fucked. And then eventually it occurred to me that and this isn't a particularly original thought, but wait, let me fucking erase this thing. Dude, let me fucking erase. Okay. Fuck. Uh, dude, if you guys have a better idea than something better than this shit, please let me know. All right, fuck this shit. Okay. All right, got it. We're gonna do this. Yeah, so, all right. Yeah, so at first I thought, it was kind of like I am just falling into a fucking hole and I have nothing to hold on to. Like, and I was just like sitting there trying to respond to people. Like, I was so fucking confused when anyone said anything to me. I just had no idea how to react. And I didn't even know how to react to the fact I didn't know how to react. Like, I was just like, wow, I genuinely have no response to what you're saying. And that's confusing to me. And, yeah. And, so anyway, that's what was going on. And then it occurred to me, this image occurred to me. It's like when you're doing the shadow work, you're kind of like in a cave and the cave is sloped like this and the further back you go, it gets more and more open up. It gets more and more open. And so wherever you are in life, you've got like carabiners kind of holding you in place, holding you in. And you have this gravity that like wants you to go this way and pull you down this way. And when you do shadow work, you're basically removing some of these bonds. And then you end up, so you can select this motherfucker. Yeah. Nope, that's not the guy. Come on. Ugh, whatever. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Or anyway, fuck. Hmm. So what I noticed is actually happening is I'm not falling down a fucking hole. I'm actually gradually removing the carabiners. And when that happens, I feel like I'm sliding down the hill. I'm sliding down the hill and I'm just gonna fucking die. But ultimately, what ends up happening is you slide for a while and then you find the new constraints and they hold you in place again. And what you notice is as you go deeper and deeper, as you remove more and more constraints, you notice that the world starts just opening up. You have more and more possibilities. You're entering into a more and more open and free space. So if you have done a whole bunch of work or you notice like something that's very destabilizing, and you don't know what to do about it, just let go. Oh shit. My fuck. My fucking advice is enjoy the fucking ride, man. I mean, it's a very scary thing when you feel like you're literally falling, but you're, falling backwards into freedom. And there will be places for you to hang on to. If you so wish, you can hang on as much as you want. But and feel free, by the way, to just claw at the fucking rocks until your hands start bleeding. Like, I don't want to go, but ultimately, you're gonna end up going. So the sooner you let go, the better. Um, yeah. So what, when I draw these fucking like, that is not an umbilical cord and that's not a penis. Um, what are these things? What are the things that are like keeping us stuck? Um, well, what I notice is they are patterns of resistance in our psyche that we have to keep us from feeling overwhelmed, from feeling pain. If you ever get like a serious injury, you will notice that your body tenses up in that area. Like if you tear your ACL or something, when you tear it, your muscles get super fucking tense. And when that happens, it does, your body does that for a reason. Um, but when it comes to emotional stuff, your body does the same exact thing. You tense up so you don't feel it. You brace. You do whatever you can to not feel it. Um, and you do things that ultimately keep you from feeling overwhelmed. And so what I've noticed is typically you can notice these things because they're like in the form of um, oh, paragraph of text. Judgments. They are truths you don't want to admit. Feelings you don't want to feel. Um, yeah, and one of the clearest examples of this is basically repetition compulsion, where we recreate the same pattern in our life over and over again. It's super weird. The exact way we avoid our problems. So basically, the first step is the first step is like a 3-step. Join me for my 3-step process to find happiness and joy in your life. No, I was kidding. Basically, the first thing is you identify like what is a problem you're having. Are we gonna do it this way? Yeah. What's a problem you're having? Okay. Then you examine like what. So this problem, it can be anything that's like a recurring problem in your life. And then in there, you'd look, okay, what the fuck? What is an emotion you're avoiding? So it's the wildest thing in the world, but like, just look at any problem you have on a recurring basis. For me, the funniest thing today was I have this problem where I start things, but I don't finish them. Like I'll just get started on something and then I don't want to keep putting in the work and actually finish it. And I was like, okay, what's the emotion I'm avoiding? What is the emotional consequence I don't want to feel? And I realized like, um, I am trying to avoid the feeling of wasting my time. Like the feeling of putting in all this work and then I don't get a payoff. And it's like, fuck, the grief of that. And then the funniest fucking thing in the world, okay? How do I avoid that feeling? How? How? Oh, how do I avoid that feeling? And the strategy that I use to avoid feeling that grief is I don't finish anything. I don't finish anything. And how does that recreate the feeling in my life? Well, uh So the feeling I don't want is the grief that I wasted my time and I didn't get any benefit from my work. And so the strategy that I have of um the strategy I have of like not finishing what I'm doing because I don't want to feel like I wasted my time is I end up never getting anything done. So I never get to feel like I accomplished anything. So it's like so obvious. So it's like, how does the strategy recreate the emotion? Boom. Yeah, another really weird thing too that's related, like another chain, another way to find chains is to pay attention to like look at any decision you make throughout your day. And then in that decision, you'll find you're like trying to feel something or you're trying not to feel something. And this gets really weird on a micro level. So like I'll write that down too. Let's see. Uh I it's like, oh shit. I did X, so I because I wanted to feel Y. Okay. Or like I uh I fuck super high class video. Um I decided to do X because I wanted not to feel Y. And just look through like all the kinds of decisions you did today. Like I noticed, like, so right now, I'm gonna do it right now. Today, I decided to slightly rush the video and be slightly dissociated during this video because I wanted not to feel the fear of people clicking away if I slow down. And I decided to tense up and dissociate from my body while I'm talking because I wanted to feel like I'm being productive. And when you do this like for 15, 20 minutes, I'm telling you, it's crazy because you will just start like when you notice these patterns, it's so quick. Like you'll just start chopping, chopping away these chains. And then what happens? Um, it's fucking wild. And you just start falling because you're like, I cannot do what I usually do because it's stupid. Like I'm just doing it. Oh, I delete my whole body. I can't do what I usually do. Come on. Okay, I guess he has a penis now. Um, yeah, like it that creates a huge feeling of falling and feeling lost and shit because it's like, damn, normally the way I interact with this person is dictated by me avoiding this feeling and trying to feel this thing. And so when you don't do that anymore, you're just in the unknown, like, oh shit, what happens now if I'm not acting out of a pattern? And not only that, not only are you in the unknown, but because you're not playing out the strategy, at least I don't know if it applies to like if I want to feel why, but it definitely applies to if you decide if you're doing something to avoid feeling it. So like if normally you're hanging out with someone and you try to look smart because you don't want to feel rejected, you're gonna feel the fear of rejection a lot more for a while. Um, and that's okay. You just look in the feeling and notice, like, oh shit, this feels actually not too bad. Just go in literally right now. Take a feeling you don't want to feel right now. Take a feeling you don't want to feel like, and feel it. Just sit with it for a second. And like, what's so bad about feeling that? Once you feel like, oh, it's just a weird pattern of sensation in my body. And then you just look like I'm constructing my whole life to not feel this thing. Like I decide to dominate people socially because I don't want to feel this. It's like, okay, you can play multiple games here. You can look at like, okay, how does being afraid, this fear of rejection? So when I dominate people, so let's go back over to this side. So um, if I decide to dominate people socially because I don't want to feel the fear of rejection, then I'm creating more fear of rejection because people don't like being around people who are just fucking dominating you all the time. Or if they're the, or if they, you can go into more subtlety with it, but yeah, like this shit goes deep, man, and it deconstructs a lot of shit in your life very quickly, like insanely fast. And for a while, you have to feel a whole bunch of stuff you're not used to feeling. Um, but ultimately, you get to go deeper and deeper into openness, into freedom, because you know you just have more options for how you get to be in the world, and you're not being controlled like a fucking puppet. Um, yeah, let me take a look at how I'm feeling right now. I'm being a little bit inauthentic. If I sit here, I'm gonna do some analysis right now. Yeah, I noticed that I'm being a little bit like rushed in this video, and that doesn't feel very good. And I apologize that if you watched this, that I've been um, defending myself the entire video. Because like you could have just watched a way better video if I wasn't doing that. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it.